Welcome back to Tenza Motorsports. Today we have back with us our partly disassembled 2500. We're going to be doing a new grill. That is why that's off. Now we're going to be doing a lot of paint this next couple weeks because I'm running out of warm weather. So if we come over here to the bed, this is the first time I'm ever doing a bed liner. And as you can see, it doesn't look very great. Now I've kind of started recording about halfway through this project because I'm not sure how much everybody wanted to see me sanding for 3 hours. But basically what I did was I sanded everything, cleaned up all the rust, and then I put this self-etching primer. We are gonna be painting this diamond plating that covers the edge of the bed on both sides. I really like these. I just don't want them being chrome, so we're gonna do some bed liner on it. And obviously we're gonna be doing the entire bed and part of the tailgate. I'm gonna leave a space where I'm just gonna paint that black. I'm not sure that the bed liner is going to mess that up too much, but I would rather be safe than sorry. So I'm just gonna kind of stay away from that. I'm gonna give it a couple inches all the way around it so that I don't paint it and then find out later that it's gonna jam up and I can't use it anymore, or I'm gonna have to scrape it off, you know. It's just not worth it. So we're just gonna tape off around that, paint the middle of that black, but do the rest of the bed. Now with this being an 8-foot bed, most places recommended you buy a gallon plus like another half a gallon. I'm not super worried about the sides. What I'm mostly worried about is the bottom and then painting these. So what we're probably gonna end up doing is using all the paint to paint the bottom and then the wheel wells. And then I have a couple cans of the bed liner spray paint, which isn't as good as like a gallon or actually having it professionally installed, obviously, but I just don't see this getting damaged very much. So we're going to be doing all of the bed, probably 2 coats, because that's what I was told to do. I guess it goes on kind of thin, so we're gonna be doing 2 coats. I do have some sand over there. I've heard that sometimes it's good to add some texture to it, depending on how smooth it ends up looking after the first coat. So once I do the bottom of the bed, this, and these, I'll see how much I have left. If I have about half left, that's all I'll be doing again. And then the vertical edges here along the front and along the sides will be the spray paint can. If I do have more than half a can left, I'm thinking I'll probably do the bed, tailgate, this, and then maybe the front section, because I do have dirt bikes and stuff that go up against the ends there. So maybe that. I seriously doubt that the 1 gallon that I bought is gonna have enough to do the entire bed 2 times over. So we're just gonna do the majority of the important part and then leave the rest of the spray paint cans. So let's go over and see what exactly I bought to do this project. Now, I did have some things laying around. So I already owned these. Already had one of these and the 9-inch roller and the paint pan. If you don't have those, you're gonna probably wanna try it. I'm not sure which one's gonna work better for us, but I decided to make sure we have enough for 2 setups. So I did buy some extra rollers. There's the 9-inch ones and the smaller ones. And then here is the primer that we're using, Rust-Oleum self-etching primer. This supposedly allows you to paint over bare metal and prep it for a normal paint. I have used this stuff in the past. It's worked really well for me. So the side skirts for the race car are aluminum and they were completely bare aluminum. I used the self-etching primer and then I just used black spray paint, nothing fancy, and it's held up really well. Even with those sticky tires throwing rocks at them all the time, it's held up really well. So I've been very happy with this stuff. So I bought 2 cans. That was enough to do the bare metal diamond plating and then also patch over any bare metal that I had, because I did have rust in the back, so I did grind that down to bare metal. Then we do have our Dupli-color truck bed coating. This stuff right here was recommended to me. I've seen a couple reviews on it, so hopefully this works out really well for us. And again, if I need to add texture, I do have some sand here. They do actually sell some texture you can mix into it, but I'm thinking I'll do the first coat and then see what it does. And then obviously we have these cans. These were just sitting on the shelf and I hadn't used them for a long time. You can see this one is about half and this one I think is full. It's basically brand new. So I'm hoping between these supplies here that I can get my truck done. And I think if I had to buy these pieces back here and all of this all at the same time, because like I said, I already owned these, this would be just over $100. I think this was like $75. So I think you're probably looking at $120 to do this project. I'm excited for this project, so let's not wait any longer and get this one done. All right, so this is a lot thicker than I thought it was gonna be, which makes me very happy because I was kind of worried that it was going to be like super thin, like I would put it on the side of the truck and it'd run down or something like that. Now it still might do that, so I'm just going to have to keep an eye on it, but this is a lot thicker than I thought it was going to be. So let's get this put into the pan and start rolling it. So I made a bit of a mistake. While I was putting all this on, I thought I had the GoPro, I had it suction cupped to the back of the truck window, and I thought I had it running, but it wasn't. Fortunately enough, it isn't too complicated to understand. I just used the roller for it. I did get some footage over there, and then I haven't done these top pieces quite just yet, so I'm gonna record those. But so far, besides some spots that look a little thin, meaning I'm gonna need a second coat, I've used just under half the gallon from what I've done. So if you add these to it, I should be close to half the gallon. So I'm about where I was thinking I was. I'll be able to do the bottom real nice and thick, be able to do this, side pieces, and then do the vertical stuff with the spray paint cans. So everything's looking real good. Gonna give it a little bit of time. It is pretty tacky still. This back here has only been painted for probably about 45 minutes or so. So it only took me about 45, 50 minutes to do from the back to the front. Well, everybody, there is a wrap on the bed liner. It was super easy to do. I wanted to show more of the process, but it just, like we've said several times in the video, there just really isn't that much to it. The biggest part of this is to make sure that you prep and sand and clean and just make sure that it is completely ready for you to put in your bed coating. So the Dupli-color truck bed coating so far, I haven't been able to test it out, but it is really thick for the most part. Obviously, if I slide something in here and it damages it really bad, I'll update the video. It's a lot thicker and a lot more textured than I thought it was gonna be. And I think the biggest part about texturing this is I was putting down the paint really thick, and then I would just keep running the roller over it, and eventually it kind of almost goes into like this sticky form. And if you keep running the roller over it, you get this really nice textured effect to it. So that worked out a lot. You can actually see just a little bit right here where this isn't as textured as this is because I must have not have run the roller over that the same way. I'm not super worried about any of that. The sides were mostly done with spray cans, especially all the way up underneath there. That was to keep this stuff on the bottom, like we mentioned. This was able to do the entire bed and the tailgate and the side rails here. I made sure to do those with the actual paint, and then I used the spray paint to just kind of fill in the gaps. So this one can here and then 2 cans of spray paint was able to do this entire 8-foot bed. And I'm very happy with it so far. Hope everybody enjoyed today's videos. If you have any questions about this, just leave them in the comment section below. Again, I tried to show the process as best I could. It's super simple, so hopefully nobody else has any issues doing it yourself. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. Again, any comments or questions, leave them down in the comment section below. I do my best to respond to everybody's questions that they have. Also, if you're interested, check out my Patreon link in the description below as well. We offer early ad-free access of the content. Our content is recorded several weeks, if not several months in advance sometimes, and our Patreon members get to see that content a lot sooner and with no ads on it. Thanks again, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.